Okay, so some of the topics that I will be covering over this 5-week period are what happens to you in your body as estrogen and different hormones deplete and change, and how that impacts other processes in your body. That is just so that you know what is happening. I think it's really important and empowering for women to know what's happening in their body, and if they know the reason why they're acting a certain way, it can quite often drive you to the solution a bit quicker, and you become aware of how perhaps you're acting or being, so that you can move forward a lot quicker. We're also going to navigate your PMT personality. So what I find is there's about 5 different personality types for symptoms that you're getting. And so we will go through each personality type, because the symptoms are related to usually what's happening internally. And that's why it's important for that first part to know how hormones are impacting different parts of the body, and how we think, how we cope with stress, how we eat and or not get bloated, how we put on weight or lose weight. Things like that have personality types. Therefore, different solutions work differently for different personalities. And it's usually a combination of a few different things. It's not necessarily you fit into one type, but it gives you a broad understanding. We're also going to go over gut health and how that impacts how you absorb nutrients. So one of the key areas there is energy, and that then flows on to sleep and liver health, which is a lot to do with hot flushes and moodiness. So that erraticness of moods that you can get, or feeling out of control, or rage that sometimes comes out of the blue. So those things are quite often liver and gut related. So we're going to look at solutions around that, and just at how impactful healing foods can be, and also movement. We're going to look at how the liver works and how to gently detox or keep your liver in an optimal form of functioning. And one of the liver's jobs is to detoxify. So as we get older, one of the things that leads to a lot of PMT symptoms is the fact that our liver's not coping. So we're looking at ways to keep that liver functioning at the best it possibly can for the age it is, depending on what lifestyle stresses have happened in your past, bringing that in so that we can be the most productive and efficient as we move forward. So keeping that liver happy and healthy can cut a lot of symptoms. So it's a little bit of knowing what it does and the things that impact it. I'm also going to be talking about daily rituals that you can put into your life that don't take a lot of time, but are really effective from a results perspective. So for example, it might be to do with breathing and meditation, and also gratitude, which I know a lot of you are already doing, but how to make that more work on cortisol release, so that your levels of inflammation in your body go down. When inflammation goes down, symptoms go down. So we're going to really tap into making those effectively work for you, given your time schedule. And that's usually the key thing, is people don't have a lot of time. So this is going to be specifically working to your time frame. We're going to talk about how East meets West. So what I mean by that is how Eastern philosophy, so that includes a lot of herbs, and rituals, and things like the 5 elements. So who you are, your personality, how that fits into Eastern philosophy, bringing it into how you live your life so that you feel in better flow and less resistant to things that come up, which actually impact different organs from an emotional side of things that impact our physical body, which will then give you symptoms. So we're going to take it, stepping it back at each angle from those 5 elements. And so it will include a little bit of Chinese medicine, but just understanding that relationship between how we live today, but how philosophies from centuries ago have proven the test of time with remedies, and how we should be living our life and incorporating the two so that it's really effective for today. I'm also going to cover some blood testing. So if you're really stuck and you're not getting, or you're not where you want to be, you can actually get some blood testing done. And this is not your traditional FSH follicle stimulating hormone test that we test for general menopause. Quite often you can get tested and it may not come up with anything, and you might be just slightly into PMT or perimenopause. So it's looking at what tests you can get done and then how to read them, so that you don't need a functional medicine doctor unless you want to see one to get more specific. And there is the option too that I can refer you on to a functional medicine doctor if you need further help. So it's knowing where you're at, and also if you need more specific, personalized help, then what's the path forward from there. So part of the rituals that I will include in this course is also skin rituals that actually help keep your skin firm, because looking good actually makes us feel more confident. And I think you'll agree that when we're not feeling our best, we usually don't feel so confident. So we're not always performing our best in work, perhaps at home with kids, or all the things that we need to have going on in our life, like social calendar, being the organizer, getting food on the table on time. So it impacts every part of our life. So having some skin rituals that work on keeping your skin as healthy and glowing as possible, firm, which is the key thing, because that's what happens when hormones break it down, firm, and looking as youthful as it potentially can at whatever age you're at. So I think that's really important. So I'll leave you with that. So if you're ready to get started, feel like you're in control of your hormones, which typically takes the 10-year period from perimenopause to menopause, click on the button below for your program, Thrive Thru Menopause. Looking forward to seeing you and working with you on the inside.